Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel where we do talk all things true crime. Welcome to our live this evening. It is what is the 4th of November? I don't even know. November the 4th, Tuesday. We're already into the beginning of the week. Let me tighten up my watch while we're talking. But thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, my name's Tanya or Titanium Built. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for everybody that's coming back and joining me for another upload. I do appreciate it. I know it's a different time, so we might not have as many people in because they may not know that we're live if they don't get the notification. So let me know if you get the notification. I'll look at my phone in a second, see if it notified myself. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no, it did. Said you're now live on your channel. So hopefully it went out to you guys as well. I did make a shorter intro just to see what it would be like to have a shorter one. We'll see what you guys think about the shorter intro. But it's good to see everybody. I had to cut all my other intros out just to put that little 30-second intro in, which was really weird. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'll give it a couple seconds and give it time for people to come into the live. I'll get my glasses on because I'm probably going to need them for the reading. And if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button for me. It'll get us into the algorithm, and that really means a lot because we want to get this case and these files into the algorithm so other people can listen in if they want to. I know a lot of people are covering the new documents, but they just don't cover them like we do over here on this channel. I feel like we've been going through everything. We've been going through it all. So, hey, Casey. Hey, Kathy. Welcome in. Hey, Mary Beth. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Laura. Hopefully you guys like the premiere I did earlier. It took me like an hour and a half when it should have taken me 25 minutes to do that because I had it all typed up from last night. Typed it up last night, had it all ready to go. And I couldn't get my mic to work, my wireless mic to connect. I couldn't figure it out to save me. Then I couldn't get, those little buttons you can have. Well, I have 4 of them, but I couldn't find 2. And I wanted to be able to edit it, stop when I needed to. So I was like, forget it. Because Vincent came over when he was on break and he was like, what's going on? I was like, I need help. So he helped me with the microphone. I know how to use those now, kind of, I think, maybe. But then when he walked out of the room, the clicker thing wouldn't work again. I was like, you son of a gun. So I just decided to just do it all in one take. So I read from my notes. That's why I was looking down. I felt bad because I hate looking down whenever I'm doing a pre-recorded. I like to look at you guys. But unfortunately, I had to look at my notes a little bit. So, hey, Canvas Bloom. You got the notification? Awesome. Hey, Texas Ranger. And hey, Laura. Hey, Kira. I was talking about how beautiful Scotland was last night. I said, I might have to take a trip over there. Hey, Otto, look at that. Otto made a live. Look at that. Well, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see ya. Hey, Elise. I figured everyone will come in. They'll figure out we're live eventually. So I was going to make this the finale. I was like, oh, yeah, we could read through all that. Yeah, I could do that. This is probably going to be part 3. So I switched up the thumbnails just in case it is part 3. I didn't want to do that to you guys, but I was like, dang, this is actually a lot more than I thought. And I don't want to rush through it because, I want you guys to see what's going on. But I did put markers in, I have all of them down, I wrote them down or typed them up to where whenever we get to a certain page, I could skip to, another section because it's just reports that we can't really read. Although I went to school for it, some of those DNA reports, I cannot read those. But most of them I can, but some of those I can't. So I was like, let's just skip over them because they just seem like they're redacted and, where we can't really understand them anyway. But I notice at the end, it gets really wordy. There's a lot of stuff going on towards the end of the document. So I didn't want to rush it. So we'll go through these tonight. We'll see what was happening. There are some good things in here, some stuff that we pretty much know everything, but there's some things that are still shocking and still coming out that we didn't know. So, or we haven't seen before. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So thank you guys for being here. Let's go ahead and we'll get started. And hopefully they don't ding me because it's 5 minutes in, but we'll see. Hey, Ashley. Ashley's probably like, man, Donnie's changing up the lives all over the place. I was going to put the stuff up if I can. There we go. The comments. Okay. So I didn't wear my glasses last time. That's probably why my eyes were burning. So this says Moscow Police Department. It's one of their files, and date of offense 11/13, date evidence accepted 12/27/2022, and then it also says 1/6/2023. Jade Miller is the analyst officer, investigating officer Dustin Blaker. So suspect Brian Koberger. Victims names are there, Maddie, Santa, Ethan, Kaylee. And then these are going to be the items that are submitted. Dagnabbit, I wanted to, let me see. Hold on one second. I wanted to print these on these certain pages. I had this I don't know what page that was. Hold on. Was it 1308? Yeah. Because then we can because then they say item number and then we don't know what they're talking about in the other reports, if that makes sense to you guys. It will in just a second. So I'll just put in this and see if it's loading the preview. Oh, come on. Okay. I hear it. So it says item 72, submitted swab from north wall of stairwell. That's going to be in the house. Now that's going to be the stairs that go from the first floor to the second floor. Submitted swab from half wall. Submitted swab from second floor table. These are items 72 through 78. Submitted swab from third floor door. Submitted swab of stain on floor near west bedroom. And then these are all from Brian Koberger. I don't know why it's saying that it's redacted. They redacted his name for some reason. I don't know why, because these are from his house. These are the only stains that they found that when they tested presumptive positive, for blood. And then oral swabs from Brian Koberger is 108. And then 110 is DNA extracts from items 72 through 78. 101.1, 101 or 103.1, 103.2, 103.3, and 108. Okay. Now I'm going to move the chat over here because it's like when I'm reading, I can't see you guys. My phone's in the way. And I'm going to grab that paper. That way we know what we're talking about over here. I should have did that before, but I didn't realize it. I just didn't realize it. Okay. I just have to get in the closet here because that's where I keep my printer. I know it's a weird spot. I don't know why I turned the camera off. I'm wearing clothes. Every time I do that, I'm like, them people probably think I have no pants on. Okay, so I have it just so if we need it, we'll put it there. Okay. So then the DNA analysis employee, they did the PCR to do the STR profile, like the short tandem repeat. And it says from a portion of items, and it's 72 through 78, which is the swabs from the house, and 101, the last set from Brian Koberger's. The DNA profile previously obtained from item 1.1 matches that obtained from the known reference sample of Brian Koberger. And those are the ones from his house, his apartment. The DNA profile is at least 5.37 octillion times more likely to be seen if Brian Koberger is the source than if an unrelated individual randomly from the general population is the source. The DNA profile previously obtained from item 1.1 indicates the mixture of a DNA with a major profile. Okay. 1.4 on here. Assuming a two-person mixture, Brian Koberger is excluded as being a contributor to this DNA mixture. The DNA profile obtained from 6.1 indicates a mixture of DNA. Assuming a two-person mixture, Brian Koberger is excluded. So it looks like he's excluded here. Wish we had all these printed out, but he's excluded. Inconclusive. So item 13.1 indicates a mixture of DNA, assumed to be by 3 individuals with a major profile. And it says it is inconclusive whether Brian Kohlberger is a potential contributor to this DNA mixture. So, okay. This other one, he's excluded. It says Brian Kohlberger is not the source of the major male DNA from that item. He's not the source. Not the source. Not the source. Okay. So this one says the DNA profile obtained from item 72 indicates a mixture of DNA with a major profile, which matches that previously obtained from the known reference sample of Kaylee Gonzalez. Assuming a 2-person mixture, this DNA profile is at least 779 septillion times more likely to be seen if there were the result of a mixture of DNA from Kaylee Gonzalez and an unrelated randomly selected individual. Okay. And then the next one is Maddie Mogan's a potential contributor to the minor component of this mixture. And then Ethan and Xana, it just is all redacted. And Brian is excluded. So if it was one of the items in the girls' room, who knows really like whose DNA it was. There was so much DNA, I'm sure, in that house. Just from people, even people living there from previously living there. I don't see them cleaning those apartments like exceptionally well, right? I know they don't Brian Kohlberger's, so I've heard that from somebody that cleans them. So like they clean them as best as they can, but they're like, just you can't after so many kids have lived there. Like, you have to redo things and they just don't like to redo things. So this one here, it says it's a result and it's, I wish we knew what these items were. I should have printed those out. Kaylee Gonzalez and an unrelated randomly selected individual. So it's Kaylee's, Maddie's mixture here, mixture of Kaylee and Maddie, it looks like. And then Brian's excluded. The DNA profiles obtained from items 74, 75, and 78 match that previously obtained from the known reference sample of Xana. This DNA profile is 9.25 septillion times more likely to be Xana. Man, that's a big number. These are big numbers. The DNA profiles obtained from items 76 and 77 match that previously obtained from the known reference sample of Kaylee. And then these are all consistent with that being a Brian, and that's the stuff from his house. The mattress protector, the uncased pillow, all that. And they took like 61, I think, reference samples from his house. They took a lot. So deposition of evidence, item 108 was previously returned to the submitting agency. All remaining items have been returned to the main laboratory evidence vault for return to the submitting agency. Actually, let me put you guys right here so I can see when to. Okay, so then go to 312. Okay. So this is the next one. Someone's redacted. I don't know. Suspect Kohlberger, and then this is going to be about the Leighton prints, I think. So Bethany and then Dylan. So item 98, 2 exemplars bearing the name, and it's redacted. And then item 109, 12 exemplars bearing the name Brian Kohlberger. The Leighton prints were previously examined for comparable ridge detail. Leighton prints L5 and L6 are of value for comparison. Latent print L6 is not suitable for multi-module biometric identification system inquiry. Latent print L5 was previously searched through MBIS where no likely candidates were generated. Latent prints of value were analyzed and compared to the known exemplars bearing the name, and it's redacted. INCE in the table above indicates that the comparison is inconclusive to the available exemplars. The inconclusive result is due to a lack of quality of detail in the known exemplars and or incomplete known exemplars with which to compare. I think these are the fingerprints, aren't they? In order to complete the comparison portion of this examination, it is requested that a quantity set of the fingerprints be submitted for redacted. Yeah, that's what it is. I think they're trying to test the ones that were on the back door. And then I think there was another one like somewhere. I think one on the like leading into the house and then leading like out of the house. Okay. And then it says additional exemplars are requested of redacted and any other person that were present in the residence on 11/13/22. Latent prints were marked and preserved. Digital images used for analysis and or comparison are being retained by ISP Forensic Services. Items 98 and 109 will be returned to the submitting agency. Okay, read that. Then oops, I went backwards. Went to the wrong page again. There we go. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. This was for the latent prints. So we couldn't see the latent prints because they were redacted. But I just wanted to show you here that he does sign off on it. Now they took like 4 different like prints from him. So he signed off on it like 4 different times, but they all look exactly the same. So I think that's all I wanted to show you there. So then we'll go to the next page that has a report. So this has the suspect Brian Koberger, the victim's names on it. Man, I should probably print this out. It's just so much easier. So, evidence description. Okay. Floor mat from Brian Koberger's vehicle, item 111. 111.1, trace material and floor mat from Brian Koberger's vehicle. 112, seatbelt from Brian Koberger's vehicle. 113, 114, 115 is going to be the brake pedal, the gas pedal, and gloves in room K from Brian Koberger. I don't know why it says that. His room was number K or room K. Pair of spider gloves, heat holder glove, beanie, and balaclava in room K from Brian Koberger. You don't have to redact. You can redact it all you want. Then we got item 116.1 is a beanie. 116.2, balaclava. Item 117, pair of Ravens gloves in room K from Koberger. 118, gloves and beanie in room K or room N. Sorry, I think that's the laundry room from redacted, but Brian Koberger probably. Pair of Rawson, how do you say that word? Rawson signal, maybe? Rossignol. That's what she said. Gloves. Okay, I don't know what those are. Does anybody know what those are? With soul. We'll look it up. Maybe it'll tell me. Nope, it didn't tell me. Because now I need to know. Oh, wait. Men's probably. This is what they look like. I mean, he does live in Pennsylvania. Gets cold in the wintertime. Pair of spider gloves, Dickies beanie. And that's going to be the Dickies receipt that they found in his apartment. Unfortunately, it was not coveralls that I thought for the last 2 years or something. But it was a Dickies beanie because we looked it up. We looked up the SKU number on the receipt and the tag was there. And so you could look it up. Item 119, Hyundai key fob from Brian Kohlberger's key ring. So results from presumptive chemical tests for the presence of blood were negative on items 111, 112, 113, 114, 115.1, 115.2, 116.2, 117, 118.1, 118.2, and 119. So that would be the balaclava. There was no blood on that. It was tested negative. Now, I don't know if you could wash that out, like if you just washed it a few times, because I know blood can come out of clothes. I've had it happen after a car accident. Like within one wash, I've had that. So I don't know, like visibly you couldn't see it, but I don't know if you could take something and see it, right? Items 116.1 and 118.3 were visually examined. No stains consistent with blood were observed. No further examinations were conducted on these items. Why not? I don't know. Trace evidence collected from item 111, but was not examined at this time. What was 111? The trace material on the floor mat. Okay. If DNA testing is desired on item 111.1, that is the trace material. Documentation authorizing consumption of these items must be submitted. Please contact the laboratory regarding the analysis request. The same item has been returned to the main laboratory evidence vault pending authorization to consume. If authorization has not been received after 60 days, this item may be returned to the submitting agency without analysis. All remaining items have been returned to the main laboratory evidence vault for return to the submitting agency. Okay, I guess they didn't want to test everything. I don't. That's weird. Everything's weird to me, though. I feel like now we're just going to skip like 7 pages here. So we're going to look at Kohlberger's car that they took apart. Okay. Looks like this is from the right side. Pretty dirty. I mean, it's not like super clean. And these must be the areas that they tested, like the green. Okay. Oh, that's just left and right there. This is the pedal. So this is the driver's side. Okay, I see it now. And then underside, I guess maybe he had 2 mats. That's where you like lock the mat in, I guess. What's this, like maybe a hair? Dang, they went messing around. If this is I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that is. That could be a scoop of hair. Like, I don't know. That's what that looks like to me. Like some hair and some fiber and whatever else gets caught in there. I guess there's a hair. That's what it looks like. It looks like a piece of hair sticking up to me. I don't know why you wouldn't collect that and test it. I mean, maybe it looked like Brian Kohlberger's. Maybe it was the same. I don't know. I would still test it. But I would test everything. I would test the whole damn house. So then the tests were performed on the other side. This is the seat belt. Seat belts aren't very long. Brake pedal. Hey, Lenora. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Mystery. Welcome in, everyone. And then that's the underside after they take like the cover of it off. Gas pedal. It's pretty long. Oh my goodness, they were trying to get anything. I mean, look, he didn't spick and span his car. I mean, he, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We were led to believe that he was out there cleaning it. I don't know. Maybe he was cleaning it as good as we thought he was. Those gloves look brand new. Like, these gloves look brand new. He just bought these. Look at these. They've never seen a snow day in their life. Don't ask them to try on the gloves either. Okay. And then they turned them inside out. So that way they could test for skin cells. Use skin cells for DNA. I'm just going through these kind of stuff for you guys. This is the Under Armour hat. I think wasn't he wearing this? I thought he was wearing this when he got arrested, but maybe not. I know he's wearing a bunch of Under Armour clothes. Gloves. Where's all those disposable gloves? You know what I mean? He had. I wonder what he was disposing of those at. Oh, those look a little worn. That's probably why he got the new ones. Even those look new. Or those are the same ones. And then there's the Dickies hat. Item 118.3. I swear you were coveralls. I really, really did. They really took a lot of picture of these gloves. We go to, okay, so then they got the key fob. That's the other side of it. I think that we can just go down here to 1506. Okay, yeah. Actually, I didn't put this one on there. Oh, no, I did. Okay, so this is evidence description, some more evidence, and they have everyone listed up above. Submit a swab of gas and brake pedal of Koberger's vehicle. Submit a swab of gear shift from Koberger's vehicle. Submit a swab of seatbelt buckle from Koberger's vehicle. 123 is submitted swab of gas and trunk release from Koberger's vehicle. 124 submitted swab of radio controls from Brian Koberger's vehicle. 125 submitted swabs of stains in West bedroom on floor 2. 125.1 submitted swab of stain on trash can in West bedroom marker T. 125.2 submitted swab of stain on chair in West bedroom marker U. 126 submitted swab of stain on East bedroom door on floor 3, marker X. So on the swab of this trash can, the stain on the chair in the West bedroom, and the stain in the East bedroom door, those were all indicated of presence of blood. So 120 through 124 that I read, that all of Brian Koberger's vehicle stuff, it was presumptive chemical test was negative for those. So then they forwarded everything else to the DNA laboratory. And then we go from, okay, the next one. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Okay, so latent prints L35.1 and L35.2 were observed and preserved during the processing of the scene at 1122 King Road. Latent prints were examined for comparable ridge detail. Latent print L35.2 is a value for comparison, but not suitable for multimodal biometric identification. Latent print L35.1 does not contain a sufficient amount of clear ridge detail necessary for comparison. Latent print L35.2 was analyzed and compared to the known exemplars bearing the names Xana Kernodle and Brian Koberger. I don't know what this means. Inconclusive, I would say. INCM is, or in the table above, indicates that the comparison is inconclusive to the available exemplars. The inconclusive result is due to a lack of quality of detail in the known exemplar and or incomplete known exemplars with which to compare. In order to complete the comparison portion of this examination, it is requested that a quality set of complete friction ridge exemplars, friction ridge skin does not typically record on a 10 print card, be submitted for Xana Kernodle and Brian Koberger. Okay, did we ever do that? Did we ever send them that? Because okay. If an additional suspect is developed by your agency later date, palm print and foot exemplars or the appropriate suspect information should be submitted for comparison. Latent print comparisons were limited in this case due to crime scene circumstances. If further comparisons are needed, please contact the laboratory. They're going to make me angry, aren't they? Which page is next? I think I did this wrong. Yeah, I did. I think we're going to 1527. We'll see. Yep, that's it. Okay. So they took some more prints from him and they had him sign again. He does have a terrible signature. I mean, but I do too. I can't say nothing. But he's missing like some of his letters in his name. I mean, he has like 2 E's here. I mean, that's fine. You can spell your name however you want to, I guess. You're going to anyway. Okay, so we need to go to 1520. Oh, wait, is this? No. Oh, 1548. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. Okay, so this says that it's been amended. Okay. So they just took off all of the stuff from Koberger, it looked like. Because it just has the stain on the trash can, the chair, the east bedroom door, and then it says DNA extracts from items 125.1, 125.2, and 126. It says it matched the previously obtained from the known reference sample of Xana Kernodle for 125.1 and 125.2. So the stain on the trash can in the west bedroom was hers, and the stain on the chair was hers. Now 126, which is the stain in the east bedroom on the east bedroom door on floor 3. It indicates a mixture of DNA with a major profile, which matches that previously obtained from the known reference sample of Kaylee Gonzalez. And I think that they're saying that it's going to be Maddie and Kaylee. Yeah. And then they put Ethan and Xana down here, and I think that they put all these other people are excluded. Brian Koberger being included in that. Now, it could have been a mixture of their blood, on Brian's hand. And he touched the door. Could be that. Like, and didn't leave, fingerprints. Maybe he had on gloves. I would say he would. Okay, so this is the invoice that they were talking about last night on the live we did when we watched the Gonzalez's interview, and they did it with the interview room. So this is DNA analysis performed. So yeah, look at this, $500 they're charging him. Charging Brian. Do you think he's going to be able to pay for this ever? No. That's rude, How rude. I think we go here. We go kind of further down. So then we have just the victims here and suspects up there. I don't know what these two are. Maybe Dylan and Bethany. That's probably what I would say, but I'm not sure. But it says item 128, 3 sets of exemplars, and it redacts the name and shows 129. And then they're talking about the L5 and the L6 for the, the examination and to compare. L6 is not suitable. L5 was previously searched. Latent prints of value were analyzed and compared to the known exemplars and bearing the names, and they're redacted, of course. And then it just says, that there's a lack of quantity and quality, like I said before, in detail, so that they can't compare them. But it does say, I don't know who has the last name with an N, because they forgot to redact the N, but they were inconclusive and then excluded and inconclusive. Could it be Ethan? I don't know. So then additional exemplars are requested of, and it's redacted, and any other persons that were present in the residence on 11/13/22. Latent prints were previously marked and preserved. Digital images are there, are being retained by ISP. And then items 128 and 129 are going to be returned to the submitting agency. And then we go to here. So then they take item 130 is the turn signal switch, and 131 is the shift knob and boot from Koberger's vehicle. The results are negative, no presumptive, blood has been on there, that no testing and, hasn't come back for blood. So they returned all the evidence to the evidence vault. Pretty easy. I think we just go down right here. Yeah. This is like the gear shift or the windshield wiper thing in the turn signal deal. They just took that right off his car. They took that whole car apart. Hey, ladybug. So they took this thing apart. I mean, it's insanity to me how much they took apart. Just, it's not really, but it is. It's not, but it's just, to me, to see it, I wouldn't know the first thing about taking one of those off. Guess you start with the steering wheel, huh? Maybe. Okay. And then that's the gear shifter. Got a lot of pictures of that gear shift. Hey, Dion. So we have to go to 632, I think, right here. Okay. I want to make sure we're not missing any. Okay. So this is same as we just talked about before, but this is them submitting it. The swab of the stain on the trash can, that was Xana's. The stain on the chair, the stain in the east bedroom door, room 3, and then the DNA extracts. So it's saying here that items, the 125 and the 125.1, 125.2, which we already read earlier, that was the same as the known reference sample for Xana. So then the next one, just like we read just a minute ago, I don't know why they have this twice, but it's Kaylee and Maddie's, a mixture of theirs. And then they just have everybody else redacted. And also Brian Kober excluded as a contributor. So then more DNA restitution. This is craziness. Restitution. Okay, so let's see. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. And thank you guys all for being here. If you guys don't mind, take a second and would you hit the like button for me? It really does help me. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So the next one is going to be the pink blanket, and that's going to be from Dylan Mortenson's room. We saw it in the pictures, but item 132, 132.1, stain near top left corner, 132.2, stain near right or top right corner, and then 133 light green jacket from, and I think that's Dylan's. That jacket just looked real dirty though. It did. It looked really dirty. Okay. Results from presumptive test performed on 132 indicates the presence of blood. Results from presumptive chemical tests for the presence of blood were negative on item 133. So 132 indicated like the pink blanket, but the jacket didn't. Documentation authorizing consumption of item 132.2 must be submitted prior to DNA testing. Consumption means like sounds like they're going to take the whole thing. A portion of item 132.1 was forwarded for DNA analysis. Results will follow in a separate report. Item 133 has been returned to the main laboratory evidence vault for return to the submitting agencies. Okay. And the blood on that blanket, I mean, that could be like from a nosebleed, or I mean, it could be from a lot of things too. I guess we just need to go down like a couple more maybe. Okay, so this is the blanket. And I think that's where where they were finding the blood was, yeah, that side maybe. And then this is the other side of the blanket. This jacket looks like it's been too close to a bonfire. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys, this is a Target jacket too, because I remember this tag right here. That Wild Fable tag. I can recognize that thing from a mile away. But I've never seen that jacket, which is surprising because I shop there a lot. Okay, so we're on 1690. Okay. So then the stain near the top of the left, or sorry, stain near top left corner of blanket and the DNA extract, it's going to tell us whose DNA it is, I guess. So let's see. It's going to be redacted. So I'm going to guess that the source is Dylan. Because the septillion, I mean, that gives it to us right there that it's one source. So, okay. I'm not sure if that's who it says, but that's who I'm assuming it says. Now, some of those things I think they could have left in there, right? You know, because people have been through so much. Okay. So, there's a lot of people redacted in this one. So it says I took 2 fingerprint exemplars from redacted, 1 inked fingerprint card, and 1 powder adhesive card was taken. I cleared the scene at 10:28. Okay, that was quick. Sorry, this is like not very straight. Okay, there we go. That probably is a little straighter. This is more redacted people. I hate that. But latent prints L5 and L6 previously captured digitally at the 1122 King Road. Item 135, 2 fingerprint exemplars bearing the name. It's redacted. Someone is speeding out there. Oh. Latent prints were previously examined for comparable ridge detail. It says they are of value for comparison. It says L6 is not suitable for the MBIS inquiry, the multimodal biometric identification system, but L5 is a value. Latent prints of value were analyzed and compared to the known exemplars bearing the name, and it's redacted out, and they're excluded. So latent prints were previously marked and preserved. Digital images used for analysis and or comparison are being retained by Idaho State Police Forensic Services and are available upon request. Item 135 will be returned to the submitting agency. And then it's okay. So then suspect Brian Koberger has the victims. It has all these people that were redacted. Collected 3 palm prints and fingerprint exemplars using the powder adhesive lift method and it's redacted. And they cleared the scene at 1345. Is this really the stuff that Ann Taylor didn't have time to go through? Like, is this it? Is this it? Because, I mean, really, this is taking us no time at all. I mean, it could be it. 1736, is that? We're just going to keep on going down. Okay, to 1741. Thank you, Maga Mama. Thank you. You guys are so nice. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, so it says here, same thing. I feel like we're in a tilt-a-whirl over here. It's like the same thing. Latent prints L5 and L6 were previously captured digitally. And then, yeah, item 136, 3 exemplars bearing the name, and it's redacted. They probably have to do this maybe for each person that they are exempting. So then latent prints were previously examined for comparable ridge detail. We've read this, the same exact thing. I just read it to you. You're going to be like, oh my gosh. Now we don't know about who this is. And it's because it lacked quantity or quality. Well, make sure you're getting that right. And then I really only went to that took me forever to go through that document earlier. We'll just keep going for a little bit. I'm only at 48 minutes, so we're doing pretty good. But we'll have to kind of these ones are the ones that we have the redacted stuff. This is redacted. It was a fingerprint card. Okay, so Brian Koberger, latent prints L5 and L6, same thing. See if we can find something that's, that we haven't read. Yeah, that's what they had to do probably. Just had to do that for each person. I'm going to go kind of faster. Don't want to get anybody sick, so you have to look at the screen for a second. Okay, here we go. So this one says on 5/29/25. Okay. At approximately 12:50, I responded to Idaho State Police District 1 office gives the office to assist with a homicide investigation. Detective Andrew Hoddle and Detective Andrew Fox, Moscow Police Department, arrived a short time after. I collected fingerprint exemplars from redacted. 4 powder adhesive lifts were taken. I turned all evidence to Detective Andrew Fox on that date at approximately 13:42. Okay. So this says I think this is what we just read, but it says need to get fully rolled fingerprint exemplars for this person to something at ISP Department 1 per detective. Maybe that's, I don't know what that says. A detective will be present to transfer evidence. Okay. They just needed a CSI or whatever to come down there and do the fingerprint, I guess, transfer fingerprint for them. You think that they'd be okay on their own. So they got handprints for, okay. So this is from Daisy E. Ricker, 5/29/25. Subject redacted arrived at the Department 1 ISP office at around 12:50. I collected exemplars from left and right fingers. A few minutes into collection, Detective Andrew Hoddle and Detective Andrew Fox arrived. Exemplars were turned over at around 1:42 to Andrew Fox. Subject redacted signed the permission to fingerprint document prior to being fingerprinted. Okay, I guess she wrote herself a note. And that's the permission slip. Oh, it says, I do hereby voluntarily authorize any Idaho State Police Forensic Lab to collect latent print exemplars from my person to be used for comparison analysis related to the criminal investigation into the felony crimes occurring on or about November 13th, 2022 at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho. Okay. And those forms are just like, did you do everything right? Yes, we did, all that stuff. Like they're going to tell us if they didn't. So then these are for the latent prints L5 and L6. These are the previous reports. Okay. Same thing that we just read earlier. They did another test, but we don't know who it is. It's been redacted. Okay. So this says latent print report supplement. The case notes associated with this report are available to the customer in ILIMS prelog. These notes provide detailed information on the test performed and verification results, as well as the basis and reasons for the conclusions presented in the report. Digital images associated with this testing are retained by the laboratory and stored in Adams Web. This storage location is separate from distinct from ILIMS. Retained images include latent prints developed during processing and/or images of latent prints and known prints used for analysis and/or comparison. Due to large file sizes, these images are not able to be emailed. Copies of images can be obtained through appropriate discovery request. All comparison conclusions are verified by a second examiner. Verification is the independent examination by one or more examiners to a certainty if a decision, conclusion, or opinion is reproduced or is in conflict with the decision, conclusion, or opinion of another examiner. Verification is a quality assurance measure for friction ridge examination and may be implemented in multiple ways, including blind verification, open verification, or consensus review. The use of the term independent indicates an autonomous examination, but not necessarily one without knowledge of a prior decision, conclusion, or opinion. Blind verification is a type of verification in which the subsequent examiner has no knowledge of any other examiner's decisions, conclusions, or observed data used to support the conclusion. Blind verification is used when a single source identification results from the MBIS search, but may also be used in high-profile cases with single identifications, or exclusions to name subjects, or complex comparisons. Blind verification may also be utilized as part of the latent print section conflict resolution policy. Open verification, non-blind, is a type of verification in which the subsequent examiner knows the identity of the other examiners and has access to their decisions, conclusions, or observed data used to support their conclusion. Open verification is used in routine casework unless the criteria for blind verification has been met. What? Okay, it should always be blind verification. You should never know going in what Joe Schmo, Detective Schmo thinks or what his finger like, you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't know what it, what his observations are on looking at that fingerprint, right? You should draw your own conclusions. Yeah, I don't like that. I think it should always be blind. That's crazy. Hey, Blazer. Um, it says consensus review is a type of examination in which a reported decision or conclusion is determined that reflects the collective judgment of a group of examiners. Consensus review is utilized as part of the latent print section conflict resolution policy, but may also be used with complex comparisons. Generally accepted or known limitations, the presence of friction ridge detail on an item of evidence does not indicate the significance or time frame in which the print was deposited. A person's sex, age, or race cannot be determined from friction ridge analysis. All results are generated within the confines of the current latent print methods and quality system procedures. Current and archived methods are available on our website. Gives the website. Information related to laboratory accreditation and staff curriculum is available on their website. Maybe we'll look that up and see how accredited you are. Bet you can't go to those websites because I couldn't go to the other ones. This is the same thing. Comparison table. They're not telling us much because they just are redacting everything. See, they redacted there too. Now I'm wondering if these papers, if you turn them over, if that's where the fingerprints are. I think that is. They turned them over on purpose. I mean, it's probably a good idea. These dogs are being so good back here. Okay. So where is conversation with Rylan Nolan, Jade Miller, looks like the analyst, and this is on 11/16. So this is the day that they put in for the sheath. Okay. As of right now, the knife sheath is their only item of evidence. Bum, bum, bum. They have no other evidence, is what we are being told. We have had some recent developments in the last few minutes. We are rolling a crime scene team up there right now, probably Jenny, Carrie, Tara, Haley, and Wyatt, if they all are available, and possibly Ann. This is Moscow PD's case. ISP is assisting, but Moscow is lead. Bill Thompson at the prosecutor's office is involved and will be POC for PTC. What the fuck does that mean? Will be POC. Okay, prosecutor on call. Prosecutor, I don't know what TC would mean. True crime? I'm just kidding. I don't know what that means. But we all know his email now. The autopsies are occurring today. I didn't mean to laugh because I didn't mean to laugh about that. But the autopsies are occurring today in Spokane. Matthew is going to call their office to let them know what we need specifically for major case prints and what we need and that we need DNA references. They do not have a suspect. This is on 11/16. Give them some time. Sorry. They do not have they do. Oh, they do. Wait, hold on. Wait. When was this? November 16th. Who was their suspect? Is this supposed to be they do not have a suspect? No, no, look at this. Okay. This is November 16th up here. Am I on drugs? Sent Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. 3 days after the murders. Right here it says they do now have a suspect, and it's redacted. They are following him to get a surreptitious DNA sample. He does have, and it's redacted, I don't have a name to check. What does this mean? We expect the references and major case prints along with one of the victim's fingernails / clippings / scrapings. I don't know what they will collect to be submitted tomorrow. This is weird. Tina will be the person performing the processing on the sheath for Layton's. Their evidence person is on vacation this week. Mariah, who is filling in, has been in contact with Karen, Shannon, Mickey, and Jade. She is trying her best, but there could be some things not quite right on pre-log that we will do our best to work out. What's not quite right? And who the hell was their suspect 3 days in? Oh, is the same person, cigarette butt person? So they just thought maybe it was him? Calling him a suspect automatically? They should have called him a subject. I don't know. That's crazy though. So then we go to November 16th at 10:12 a.m. And it says, I was just informed a trooper will be delivering a knife sheath from the scene today. They are requesting DNA latents, and if we see any trace, to preserve that and notify Matthew so he can rearrange trace analysis. They do, I think it's supposed to be they do not have. No, they do not have a suspect and are requesting this be rushed to try to develop any possible leads. But that first message said, well, this wasn't, this first message was sent on November at 11:32. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know why they would do that. Okay. It says they do not have a suspect and are requesting this be rushed to try to develop any possible leads. They have been made aware we will need reference samples and major case prints from all 4 victims. They also indicated it appears one of the victims fought back, and they have requested fingernail samples from her be collected at autopsy. I believe the autopsies are happening today or tomorrow, and my guess would be they will happen in Spokane, but I do not have confirmation on that. Okay, another email. Conversation with Bill Thompson. So from Bill to Jade Miller on November 17th, 2022. Good morning, Jade. Just got back in the office and was reading your email as Jeff was also calling. Yes, you have our permission to consume any samples collected from the sheath. Please let us know if you need anything else. Thank you for all your help, Bill. Okay, we don't care if his email's changing. Oh, look at this. This is confidential. Well, we all saw it now, Bill. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, we know that auto. This ain't gonna change who did this. I mean, it's just not. He said I did it. I mean, but not my Brian Koberger. Some people. And the thing is, the people that say that, they don't even spell his damn name right. Go check out the comment sections. 98% of them are spelling his name Brian. And I'm like, learn how to spell his name first. Someone was in my comment section today, told me I was the worst creator on the platform, right? And was talking about this case and said Nathan. I said, well, who the hell is Nathan? I read 2 sentences and he said he didn't have to kill Nathan or something like that. Something about that. And I was like, Yeah, you don't even know you're talking about. I think he meant Ethan, but he said Nathan. Straight spelled it out. Nathan. Nathan. I was like, oh, good grief. I'm not even reading the rest of this. But it's still up there. I didn't want to didn't want to get held because then they'll delete them. I want to see all the bad ones sometimes. Sometimes I might like to make fun of them. So then it says here, hello, Bill. This is from Jade. I am writing regarding the above mentioned case to ask, I guess this is backwards, to ask permission to consume any samples collected from the night sheaf. Yeah, he said, they could do that. So let's see, maybe we're doing it backwards. So that's not an email. Priority changed from normal to rush. Well, probably 11:17. That's probably the night sheaf. It probably should have already been rushed. Swab of edges of handle portion. That's what we saw whenever we looked at the knife sheath. Like it showed on there where they were trying to find DNA from. So I think it's down here first. Maybe not. What does this one say? Thank you, Bill. We will definitely have a list of all samples that are consumed, and that information will also be within any reports or notes reports that are issued. And then from Bill Thompson to Jade, we have no concerns. We need answers. If you all could keep a running list of which samples are consumed, that would be helpful. Jeff, please chime in if you have any different thoughts. I guess he added Jeff Talbot to the email. Oh, I guess you wrote him again to request permission to consume samples in this case. I am asking for upfront permission to consume for the entire case, meaning that we would be able to consume any samples that we feel necessary to do. Okay. I called Detective Talbot once. I finished the review of Walt Hall's latent print processing report and advised him of her findings. Okay. Assignment changed because someone was removed from their assignment. Why are we looking at deleted assignment items? Lab item number. Okay. Do we not test these? Items moved to new assignment. Okay. So they're just being moved. Okay. So then its description changed from left fingernail clippings from xanthocronodal to swab of left fingernail clippings from xanthocronodal. Corrected description. Okay, these are just things that they're correcting. Just correcting items. Okay, so this is from Dustin Blaker to Ryland Nolan. The Moscow Police Department is giving permission for ISP State Police Forensic Lab to transmit all completed lab reports to Jeff Talbot in reference to 22-M09903 homicide investigation in Moscow, Idaho. The Moscow Police Department is also giving permission to release any lab results information to ISP Detective Darren Gilbertson, ISP Detective Jeff Talbot, Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, and Latah County Prosecutor Ashley Jennings. Okay. And then this is a conversation with D2 investigator, Latah County, PA, case meeting. Okay. Meeting with, I'm not going to name them all, the normal players. Reviewed report issues thus far, latents, 2 biology screenings, and 1 DNA. Discussed the unknown male on the knife sheath and that there was not a CODIS hit at the state level, waiting for response from Rush search request to national. If no hits, discuss monocular genealogy for unknown male. Bill Thompson authorized pursuing this avenue in the event of no CODIS hit. MOU sent to Ashley Jennings for signature. At the request of the 3 agencies involved, the lab deleted the distribution list for reports for Ryland. Will send copies of all issue reports/note packets to Detective Talbot. It was also requested the lab not release results to anyone else, including our chain of command above Matthew. D2 will take responsibility for updating command staff. Matthew will be in contact if we need to pursue genealogy. And I'm wondering if Matthew is... It's probably one of these guys, but I was thinking it was... No, it's not. He's not. Yeah, Matthew Gambit. I was thinking someone else. Okay. So these are just them, like, taking stuff out of evidence, putting it back into evidence, updating things to the evidence bags and things like that. So then this is conversation with Jeffrey Talbot from maybe analyst Ryland Nolan, spoke about submitting a reference sample from a possible suspect, redacted, and blood swabs from redacted, and our 2 swabs from house. I agreed to these items. I was unable to access DNA Tracker. Their evidence person, Tim Smallridge, stated he could no longer access pre-log and could not pre-log the items. They have a captain heading down anyway and want to send the items. I said I did not have anyone in office who could assist with the pre-log, so we would take them as unlogged and get them taken in on Monday. If they are able to pre-log, please do so. If not, we will enter them manually. He agreed these items did not need to be rushed and would be worked in our normal queue. And then this is another conversation. This one was on 11/25. This is on 11/28. Call to discuss items received. I asked about the glove as we had not discussed it, and there is no additional information on the package. He stated the case agent from Moscow PD collected it from the parking area of the house and stated there is blood on the glove. I asked if no blood on the glove, do they think it is related, and do we need to collect where? He said they would cross that bridge when they get to it. He does not think the glove will be suitable for latents. I asked about the 2 items labeled blood swab as there is no information on the packaging about where they came from. He said those are from redacted. I told him we would be returning it's all redacted. He agreed to this and said it could be shipped. 10/5/2022, conversation with Ryland Nolan, analyst Tara Martinez. Spoke to Ryland regarding subjects listed in Beast. Unsure if all of these persons should be compared against crime scene latents, Ryland indicated that they were mostly neighbors and people that were willing to give their DNA, so she is unsure if any are persons that Moscow might want comparisons done against. Going to check and see if any of these persons have a FPC in the database and then discuss with Talbot with ISPD2. And this is when she spoke with him, I guess. Spoke to Talbot about the persons that had entered into the names tab, explained why I only found a FPC for one of them. Did he want the latents that were developed to be compared to that person? He said sure, and that he thought Moscow was getting prints from that person listed. I said I might wait until then so I have everyone to compare against. I asked him if he wanted the image numbers of the shoe and tire impressions to send to Natasha at Ada County. He said he thought Jenny Ayers had sent them, and I said no, they need to be submitted as evidence to Ada. He said they don't think the tire is related since they believe it was traveling the wrong direction of the travel. They think the car was going. He said to email him the image numbers, and he would get to Moscow to get to Ada. Y'all saw Brian Koberger's car flying around that thing like a bat out of hell. That could have been it. Those tire impressions definitely could have been his. He whipped it around that corner and then whipped it around the other corner. Yeah, most definitely could have been his. What? Y'all need revamp. A revamp. We need a revamp. Okay. Something, I guess, other things are deleted. I think this is the same though. 70 contacted me regarding item 1. When she checked out this item, she noticed I had mistakenly dated my seals with 10/18/22 instead of 11/18/22. I remedied the seals with the item that was in our custody and checked my notes packet. The S&S dates in my notes packet is also incorrect. It should read 11/18, not 10/18. These are the same deleted links, I think. Well, this one has add lab numbers. This one did it. Did they forget? I think they might have. Okay, so lab number 29, 29.1, 29.2, 29.3. 31.1, 31.2, 36. Asked about backpack and beer cans submitted for bio. Backpack no longer believed to belong to redacted. Beer cans do not know who they came from or who they're from. He stated they cannot say any of these are from perpetrator. Would like to know if any from some unknown male as sheath. I advise none of these can go into CODIS. He said he understood that. Deleted items. It just moved to, for like they're just moving them. It looks like so. Like taking them from one spot and putting them into another, computer or something. Or under a different person's name. Like somebody that's on the assignment now. And then this is a lot. Okay. Trying to think. Okay. We'll stop there because we're at 1818 and we have 2356 to go. I'm not good with math. Do I even have a calculator? I mean, I do. But do I have one? There it is. Got a new phone. I should have one. But I can see myself deleting that. Isn't 1818 a drink? $538 pages. Yeah. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of reading. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about any of it. Let me think of anything, if there's anything else. Oh, there was there's another document that came out just from, Ada County. I think we read the ones from 1030. Let me just double check. State's response to court's third order regarding sealed documents. I don't think we did. We'll have to go over these. They're showing what they have no objection to unsealing. Now I'm assuming that these are probably all the reports that we're getting right now. So that's what it looks like. But maybe not. I mean, there's got to be more than this, right? I mean, I know that we've gotten a lot. We have technically. I mean, we've gotten well, let me just show you. Let me actually request this or refresh this page because it's probably, yeah. Okay. So we got from Moscow Police Department, we've got some, let's see how many. I think it was, I forget. 314. ISP, these new ones aren't in yet, but no, they are. No, they're not. So I know this was a lot, wasn't it? No, maybe not so much. 207. And then we did get some body cam. We got some interviews. We got some surveillance. We got some photos. We only got 23 out of the 80 some out of this. We never did get the rest of those. I'm not sure if we will. And then ISP dropped a bunch of them on us, like 600 and then like 700 or something like that. It was crazy. And then the third drop. And then Kohlberg's issues. We just have those in there. So yeah, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. I do want to go over those videos though too. I think that's gonna be funny. So we'll have to go over those soon. I keep hearing the TV. I think that's what I keep hearing. It keeps distracting me. I'm not used to hearing it. For some reason, we haven't had our TV, like that TV on in a while. We haven't had the bedroom TV on in forever. I turned it on the other day. And I was like, this is weird. I think we've used it like twice. You know. Yeah, I wish they would. I don't know why they're not releasing everything at once. They should just release it all. I mean, nothing should surprise us, right? I mean, I mean, it shouldn't surprise us. But maybe I'll come on tomorrow and read the rest of them. I don't know. I think I might take tomorrow off. I have to go to the doctor, and I have to go. Well, I don't have to. So what I was going to do is I'm doing a documentary. I'm working. I'm in the works on this one. It for Brian Schaefer. He was the missing Ohio State student that went missing back in like 2006. And he was last seen at the Ugly Tuna Saloona. And there's like, he went in and there's video cameras and there's cops out there and he never came out. So I was totally doing some maps today. I was like, okay, so I got the old address because Ugly Tuna is no longer there, but I do have a picture of me there. I was going to put that in that documentary, like, cause I was just going to like, just show that, it's kind of strange that I've been there. But I was going to take tomorrow and go up early and cause it's like 20 minutes from my doctor and go up early and do like a walkthrough. And that way I can like videotape it and put it into my video. Cause, they still have like bars there. I don't know if that's still a bar per se, but they do have like bars still right there in that area. If it is still a bar, I'll go in there. Or if it's a restaurant or something, whatever, I'll go in. But yeah, I think it'll be good. Vincent loves his new job. He loves it. I mean, today I asked him if he liked it and he said he did. Does he still like your job? He's like, yeah. It's a good job. I mean, he ain't gonna get a better one. He ain't. I mean, it's a great. I mean, he could do anything he wants, to whatever he put his mind to. He's so smart. But I think this is the best job for him because he's just able to do one role and not do like 50 roles. And I think he just doesn't know what to do with himself. Yeah, I'm in Ohio. The accent doesn't sound from Ohio, but I'm here. I am. You're welcome, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm really his office is actually right here. This is his desk. His desk is the same as mine. They're like those adjustable desks. We even have the same chair. Look at us matching, being twins. But yeah, he comes in from 7 a.m. to 4. And then I come in, I was coming in at 5 until, the live. So I'd come in after he got off, and then he would call me out like whenever like I ordered food or I made some food because he's always making the food. Except for yesterday, I made tacos and I'm pretty proud of my dang self. I'm patting myself on the back because the last time I cooked, never. I never cook. I rarely cook. It's just tacos. It's so easy. But yeah, I rarely cook. So it's kind of funny. Thank you, Ladybug. Thanks for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Oh, Toledo. Yeah. So I've never been to Toledo. It's like 4 hours, I think, from me. It's like up north. I'm more like southwest. I grew up in southern Ohio. Well, it was like in the middle, a little past the middle. But I'll be going to Columbus tomorrow and Columbus is a big city. So if you want to come try to find me, come try to find me. Actually, if you come find me if you need to. Doritos nachos for dinner. So there was like this recipe that my friend's mom used to make, and she made them with the taco Doritos, and they still have those. If you go to certain stores, they have the taco Doritos, and she would make like a big taco salad out of those taco Doritos and then just like the meat and everything. And then she would put like Italian dressing or something on it, like something that you wouldn't think would taste like good, but it tasted so good. I'm about to try that. And things, thank you, Otto. I appreciate that. Probably tell me that you liked my makeup. I appreciate that. The picture of you as the crime scene. We could do that. I do have a picture of me at crime scene. That's bad. No, I have a picture of me and it's so funny. It's who am I? I was with my friend Sarah and we were hungover, to say the leastest bit. We definitely were. We were there for the hair of the dog. You know what I mean? We were like, okay, we got to go get a drink or something, like a daiquiri or something, or not a daiquiri, but like whatever those drinks are made. Those, what are they? I can't think of them now. With the tomato juice, those drinks, the gross drinks. We needed those. We were pretty toasty, but I have on like these sunglasses and my hair is all wild. It's like all wavy. I'll have to post it. I wonder if I can actually find that really quick. Because I don't delete anything off my Facebook. I just don't. I don't know why. I never get on here probably to do it. Photos of me. How far back can we go? Oh, that'll take forever. Wait, what? Maybe not. Maybe so. But yeah, I have to find the picture, but I'm like sitting outside and I was definitely feeling it. Wait, that's all from there? I might have to go underneath these like little things that they have. Like the tabs or whatever they are. Let me see. Albums. This one looks old as dirt. Yep, found it. And I had blonde hair. Oh my gosh. It says, this is from June 24th, 2009. So 3 years after he went missing. And it says, this is the next, oh, this was the day after my 23rd birthday. Didn't even comb my hair. Look at this picture. Whose glasses are those? Those surely are not mine. Oh, let me put this up here. Look at these. These are surely not my glasses. I don't know whose glasses those are. They're probably Sarah's because those are definitely not mine. This was like the only purple shirt I'd even wear. Like it was pretty, like it was kind of like pink. Forgot about that shirt. Now I remember that shirt. Had a little bow tie on it. But that's the bar. So the bar's up high. So you have to go upstairs or an escalator to get to it. And then this is the outside of the bar. So you can go outside. They have like these like old garage doors, that go up. That was 2009. I had just turned 23. I tell you, I look the same. I'll tell you. Well, not pretty much. Not. I got some wrinkles. I think the Botox does me good. I get it from migraines, which I've been having headaches. So I do look like I was undercover. They probably thought I was Laura. They're probably like, ID her twice. But I went there and I actually sang Piano Man. And it was a good time. It was a good time with the band I did. Don't give me a microphone after a couple drinks. And hey, Doodle. Hey, Renee. Welcome in. Hey, Princess. What were y'all doing? Hanging out somewhere without us? Coming in all at the same time. Like, wait a minute. Yeah, I was a blonde. I went blonde. Well, my sister-in-law is a beautician, and we used to do my hair after like we would get drunk. We would get like a box of wine. Like we're classy ladies, okay? We're classy ladies. We'd get like a box of wine and we'd have some drinks and I'd be like, "Oh, let's do my hair." And I went blonde that time. But what happened was I only wanted blonde highlights. And she was like, "Uh-oh." Like after she put the foil in, she was like, "I put way too much." She was laughing. I was laughing. I was like, let's just go with it. And it was pretty blonde. I'll never go back to blonde though, I don't think. I don't think I will. Hey, cupcakes. Oh, Elsa has been in here. Okay, I'm about to say I didn't. Well, I was reading. It's hard for me to see that little chat too. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're some classy ladies, let me tell you. Some classy ladies. Actually, I have some pictures of me and her on my Facebook too, where we're looking classy. I used to like have a drink or two or 10 in my 20s, in my early 20s, and then I quit after I was like 24, 23, 24, something like that. I love boxed wine. I used to anyway. Now I'm not a big wine drinker though, but some boxed wine is okay. It would just, just be different than drinking like beer or liquor or something. My hair has always just been dark. I've always had the same color. I got my hair color from my dad. I definitely have his like hair color. Now, like the thickness and everything, that's from my mom. I ain't got no thickness. I appreciate you guys talking to me and hanging out with me though. You waited till you were 40? You had the worst allergic reaction. Oh no. I had a bad, so after 16 years, I colored my hair. I shouldn't have ever done that. It was supposed to be like a semi permanent, like a 15-day washout deal. And she put in permanent and it was just it just looked terrible. And then I had to get a cut because she cut it like this. When the girl like put my hair like this to my back and was like, showed me what it looked like, I about cried. I was like, you're going to have to take so much off. And she's like, yeah, till I get it right. So then that's when it went up to like here. And that's where it's just kind of stuck. I feel like it's the same. I don't drink at all either though. Not anymore. You gave into the gray doodle bug? I mean, I have some grays in the back somewhere here. If I don't see them, I'm okay. If Vincent likes to point them out, he doesn't do that anymore. He knows better. My niece gave into the gray. She's not even 30 yet. I don't think. Maybe 30. She might be 30. But she's pretty much all gray and she's gorgeous. She looks so good with it. Now mine's like 6 over here, 4 over here, and that's all I've got. Like, it just kind of looks funny. It's so weird. That TV, I feel like I'm hearing it outside, but I'm not. Oh, and everybody, look at the pumpkin one last time because I think I'm going to bring in my Christmas tomorrow. Don't you make fun of me? Don't you all say a word. Don't you say a word. It was not my idea. It was Vincent's idea. He said, let's bring in the wreath. And so the wreath means that's Christmas coming in. And he's like, well, it's only like a month, like later. And I'm like, well, that's true. We could make it extra holiday-ish in here. I don't know. I think we're gonna, yeah. Oh yeah, Linda, don't do that. I know how that is. Let me write that name down. Actually, let me put it up on here. So I don't forget. So I'm gonna take this computer with me tomorrow too. Really, Mama C? Okay, I don't feel so bad. I love that. Is that your little doggy? Or is it a fake dog? It's an Indian dog. That's a cute dog. We watched the dog videos last night. My whole feed is now dog videos. Did you watch the swan one? The dog on the swan? These dog tricks are crazy. I'm gonna have to teach my two. They're sleeping together again. I love Christmas decorations too. I have a lot. Her name's Heidi. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. She's a baby, you could tell. She's spoiled. I love that dog. That dog looks rich. That's a rich looking dog. That dog lives a rich life. It's cute. That's what I have to do too. I have to clean and stuff before I like bring stuff in. So, and I like to do like little TikToks and stuff like during the holidays, even though half the time I don't post them. But I'm going to this year. I'm gonna post a lot more videos. So, I was like, well, I'm gonna bring them in that way I can like clean and then put one up, clean, put another up. 'Cause we have like four, but but three of them are small. Like, I mean, they're one's like 5 foot, 4 foot, 3 foot, or something like that. I think we put the 4 foot in here, the 3 foot in our bedroom. No, I don't know. I don't know where we put them. Where the hell are we gonna put all these trees? Where did I put them last year? We'll figure it out. I have a because then I have a big tree that's like 6 foot or 7 foot tall. I don't know. I think it's 6 foot because we got a smaller tree. It's like one of those skinny tall ones with like the snow because we had one of those huge ones, like the real big green ones, and it was like 7 foot. Vincent had to get the biggest one at the store because it was his first time buying a tree. You know what I mean? So he's like, let's get the biggest one. And then we ended up giving that to someone last year. I was like, this thing's too big for us. So we ended up getting a smaller one. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We all should show each other our Christmas setups whenever we get them up. That'd be fun. That'd be a fun live. That'd be a relaxed, chilled live that we could do. Just everyone could show us all the different trees they put up. Ashley used to put up 15 different trees or something crazy, 20 some trees. I don't know. There was a lot. There was a lot there. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to get ready for bed so I can get up early and go up there tomorrow and take some pictures and stuff like that. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for the super chats and the support through the channel. Thank you for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing. I feel like I'm like, good night, Paul. Good night, Ma. So I'll see you. Only 9 now. That's funny though. That's a lot. Putting up 9. Well, you got to put the cardinal one. The cardinal one is my favorite. I love the cardinal one. Do you still have that one, or do we need to get you a new one? Night, John Boy. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I felt like I was doing. But yeah, if you have the cardinal one, make sure you put that one. Make sure that's one of the 9 because that's a good one. That's a good tree. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I'll be back on either tomorrow or the next day. I'll let you guys know. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, I will be putting out that documentary probably like a few days from now, probably like over the weekend. I'll get it out. But thanks again for being here, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Oh, and I forgot I have that new, it's like a new intro. I'm going to go out to that because that's the only one I have because I had to like delete all my videos to put this little 36-second video up. So, but it's shorter. It's shorter. Shorter intro. We might keep it. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.